Yo, what is good? My anime faithful. What is good, yo? Guys, Noble, I have to say it is hands down the best anime adaptation so far of a webtoon. And here's a couple of reasons why. Not only in this episode was pretty amazing way to introduce the true power nature of these nobles that, you know, have no real need to hold back, right? Like, there's people out there that when they come through and want to showcase their abilities, their capabilities, he put it all on display, which, to be fair, is because he underestimated one of the most dopest characters in the show. But I mean, hey, I guess all villains got to do it. Um, but to see him absolutely just flex on the two levels of power that we get to kind of understand isn't the end all be all top power. Like, for instance, our main guy who's the head of Frankenstein is at his own power level. Frankenstein is now proving he's either up at that power level or he surpasses that power level. The only reason why Frankenstein looks bad at any time in this week's episode is literally because he notices the town is getting destroyed thanks to their battle. So he actually just stops attacking altogether and just dodges. He's like, I could have killed you, but how much power I was going to probably use to do it wouldn't have been good. Which is also another way of just kind of pointing out the obvious when it comes down to a show that, people don't really take as realism, but it gets kind of real when they're worried about people's, lives in the town when supposedly they could just be like, "Oh, here is some money to confiscate you for your loss." They could have just did that for every single human and not really had any kind of heart throughout the fight to, say something about them, to actually make them a pivotal point is, oh man, the humans are down there and we're destroying their town all the way up here. This is bad, you know? So, in that regard, I do like the little bit of, them realizing what this may be doing if they continue to go on, especially the people who plan on staying there and enjoy their life there. So, overall, I hope you guys definitely uh, have your own reasons why you love the webtoons that are animes, but to be fair, because of the OVAs, because of uh, just having no knowledge prior to the anime coming out, and there was OVAs for it. Even the fans of this series and webtoon and anime now were trying to help people out. Like, there was no reason for us to continue, or no reason for me to continue talking about the show if I didn't have a decent grasp of what was in the OVAs, and that's how they saw it. Not only that, but they actually wanted me to see it so it would make my reviews better on this show alone, not any other show. It doesn't help me anywhere else, but just for this show, and I super appreciate that. So that's another reason why I think this has one of the better chances of just being super dope, because even though this guy pops out of nowhere, he straight up bodies a main character within 5 seconds. Maybe less. I blinked, so it was probably like four, maybe two. Um, but yeah, he straight up teleports behind Mr. 21, M21, and somehow ends up blitz past both of them, pretty much proving where the power scaling is, right? Like, he's leap years ahead of them. He's stronger than the other guy. He's stronger than the other noble, and he's about he's a little bit weaker than Frankenstein. Full power Frankenstein. He's pretty much weaker than him. So it's like a weird balance. But you got to remember, there was someone that actually took him down already when he went into a raging frenzy and killed people. So there's clearly someone out there who could already handle whatever this guy throws. Not to mention probably Frankenstein But we also know that Frankenstein has fought the person that contained him, and he used his soul weapons to fight him. So that's the type of stuff that I love to see with this show, is them setting up backstory on backstory, but not to mention they're setting up future events as well as giving us something to really understand for the future of the show. But with that being said, I got to get one more show out, so I do need a little bit more time. Like every show should get a decent amount of time. And if you guys want to talk about anything else that's happened or why this is the best webtoon adaptation into anime, let's talk about it, because I really would love to have the conversation. There's some people out there that really did enjoy Tower of God and God of High School for what it was worth, just knowing the anime and that's it. But I want to have the argument that even this show has a lot more better basing. It has such a good base to stand on that a lot of this power ups and stuff aren't coming out of nowhere. We know these people exist. We know Frankenstein was the strongest human they were all of a sudden ran into, and was capable of finally showing these guys that even humans can do this. So these are the types of things that are really interesting and make sense because they need to progress the story, and we have all the groundwork laid down for it. So with that being said, everybody, take care. Be peace.